Traders, welcome back to another Relentless recap. As you guys are tuning in, hit that thumbs up button. And of course, if you're a new viewer, consider subscribing to the channel. Guys, red day down over 1,000. RT, how did it happen? How in the world did you lose over 1K today? Guys, we're down $1,085.80. No bueno, no bueno. This is not going to get it done. So before we jump into it, I do want to say a quick reminder for all of you who are interested in getting involved in the classes, guys. Coupon code Vegas is winding down. Coupon code Vegas, which offers 40% off our day trading course here, MMU Gold, MMU Silver, will be expiring soon. All right. So if you guys want to become a member, if you want to get your name entered into the raffle as a gold member to win a chance to Las Vegas this upcoming November, be sure to do so here in the next couple of days. Guys, it's going to be crazy. One of you guys will be flying out to us in Vegas pretty soon. All expense paid trip. Can't forget that part. All expense paid trip. Besides that, let's talk about the recap today. All right. So remember our disclaimer, right? Remember that trading, like any other business here in the United States, is risky. Remember to approach it in a slow and safe way if you are new, or even if you've been around and you're not quite where you need to be just yet, with consistency. Utilize a simulator, utilize paper trading, utilize risk money. All right, guys? It's not an overnight thing. It takes months and years. Other than that, remember all the live streams and recaps are not an invitation to copy trade. There's a formal way of learning, right? A formal way such as MMU. So be sure to not try to copy trade. That stuff like that is a disaster. Lastly, be careful of the fake Relentless Trader accounts. As our social media is growing, there's so many fake accounts pretending to be, us here. So be careful. I'll never ask you guys for money or personal information. All right. Let's talk about how we are read today. So the day started off with me, guys, believe it or not, having to use the bathroom for the second time on the day right at 9:28 a.m. I'm going through my normal routine, and right around here, it's like, man, I gotta go use the bathroom. I come back, and I believe it's 33. So I missed the first few minutes of the open, which is never good. This is usually a good time for me, get a good gauge on what's going on, the movements, the volatility, you know, uh, adjust my share size if I want to increase, decrease, things like that. But anyhow, so we had this range that I missed. We had a high of 623 and a low of 550. I've been doing very good the last week, capturing the first candle or two, but not getting a chance to see what I could have done here. Definitely a little disappointing. So being that we had a low of 60, a high of 623, I'm guessing there was a break over the whole dollar here. We pulled back to 50 and then got back up to 610 and then again back down to 50 and then again back up to 640. So when I came, I'm trying to catch my bearings and kind of like just looking to see what's going on. I'm just on my heels and I happened to miss this big move over 6. So I tried to buy the pullback trade, which I usually will do every time, but buying the pullback and it not holding up, and I took a $200 loss to start the day. So it's just disappointing to know that I could have potentially already had been very green here if I was just here. But that's part of trading. Sometimes whether it's a distraction or you got to step away to maybe get an important call or the doorbell for an important package, or in this case, my case, the bathroom. What are you gonna do, right? You gotta, these are this is part of what it is, right? So just a little disappointing there for me. I even if I was here and I would happen to have been red in this area, but I love to see and know, but again, it's okay. So that's how I kind of got red here. Later into the day, I'm watching it again over here, and another theme for me over the last 2 3 days have been that I've been missing the front side of the move for one reason or another. I missed this move up here, and that ultimately led to me coming and trading the backside. So I'm watching for the pullback. We drop down here, it curls up, we drop down again. I go long right here. and immediately it's all the way down. Lost another $300 there in that flush. So boom, $500 right on the day. It happens quick sometimes. It happens quick. And they only have 1,000 shares there. Small, so I can say I only traded 8,000 shares, down 500. Not a great ratio. So let's move on to ADTX. This one, a little lighter volume. Probably should have left it alone. It's halted up at 16.92. It resumes all the way at $22. So anybody who was holding this thing did really well. And from there, it dipped. I bought it very low down here, and I'm watching for the bounce back up, the dip and rip. But in the moment, it goes down into the halt. And like, I need to get out of here. I try to sell. Initially, I'm not getting filled, but then I do. I come out for a loss of 145. It does a false halt down. And then no, it halts down actually. And out of nowhere, it resumes higher on this halt down. So very weird stuff. It went from 18.97 and opened up at $22 again. I'm not sure if there was like an order at 22 or what. But it's the right idea, but just not quite the right timing, I guess. ADTX, no good. So now that puts us at a deficit of 645. AXLA. This one I probably should have paid more attention to out of all the other stocks. I think this one, was the stock of the day. Sometimes it's how it goes with, multiple stocks moving. You can sometimes, be in the wrong place. Again, I love when stocks are going up, and that's exactly what this one did. So coming around, let's see, when the volume get in here, we had a halt at 23. From there, we resumed higher. From 10.15, we resumed at 10.65, and we had a high of 11.22. It did pull back, a low of 16, high of 11. Nice range. Low right here. Let's see. We had a low of 22. So it's up, right? It's up, then down, and then up again. And so from 22, this would have been a nice trade for me if I was watching it. It got all the way again to 11.15. From there is where it sold off. And for me, I would have had to been careful buying and not getting caught in this big flush down. Besides that, it did get back over high of day eventually. It took a while, but a nice pattern here at VWAP if you're watching closely at the lows. Nice quick flag. The candle makes the new high over 10.05. We get up to 24 and then all the way to 93. And it did give a quick drop in here. Low of 02 before the rip. And then again, drop, slight pullback, rip. And then again, slight pullback. So I should have been, again, sometimes that's what it comes down to. You're in the wrong place at the wrong time. When this was moving, I was watching BXRX. BXRX right here. We'll come back over to this area. So pay attention to the time, right? AXLA, when we had this crazy move, this is around 10:30, 10:50. I'm watching BXRX in this area here, right? Between 13:30 and then 45 as it starts to break down. I remember being long right here watching for potential red to green. All through this area, I'm watching for trades on the consolidation. So I should have been watching at the other one. Could have given myself a better chance at getting green, right? So sometimes, stock selection is a big part of the game. So BXRX, why was I watching this one in the first place? Well, it did give a nice move. And, again, the theme of me missing the front side. As BXRX is moving, the first time around, I'm watching BNOX in this area here around 34, 35. So, BXRX, I did see in the side of my eye, it's moving. But, by the time I really get over to it, it's starting to pull back. And so if we put on the show trades, you guys will actually see I miss all the move going up. Miss, 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 miss. And when it starts to come down, I'm trying to buy the bounces and getting destroyed. Red, 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 red. That's the story of today and yesterday, really. I got to be careful tomorrow and moving forward to try and capture the move up. Capture the move up and not give back on the pullback. So the last few days, let's say earlier this week and last week, I did capture some of the move up, but gave back on the pullbacks. Now I'm missing the move up and losing on the pullback, which is absolutely terrible. So tomorrow and moving forward, I need to capture the move up and just ignore the pullbacks. Reduce size, get away from it, stay safe. Just capture and leave. So this was 380, and 4,000 shares. This stock had a lot of range for a cheap stock. You can see it went from 57 to 78, and then from 78 down to 60. So with 4,000 shares, every penny is $40. And so I would lose $80 here and then another $80 there before you're down 380. And that's how I ended up red today, guys. So remember, trading is risky. I hope you guys appreciate the honesty and transparency here. As you guys know, I show everything. Yesterday was a small red day of down 130. I did create a YouTube reel going over the day, but I try not to miss the recaps. If I ever do, I'll always do a monthly recap. So that way you guys can see everything that transpired in the month. There's always a monthly recap. So keeping it transparent. Lastly, before we head out, for those of you who are interested in being a part of the chat, be sure to check out the Discord, right, where we now have over 4,200 members. You guys can come to the server subscription options here, and you can either become a participant or an elite member, right? Participants are read-only mode. You get full access to the chat via a read-only mode, versus the elite members who have full access to the chat and can engage and take part in every functionality that we have. Of course, excluding MMU chats, right? But other than that, you have full access to our trading floor and our audio channels. That way you can come and even have phone calls with us as we hang out and trade together, right? Guys, it's been Relentless Trader. Hit that thumbs up, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Trying to keep the recaps short. Tomorrow we'll have some archives, and I'll catch you guys later, 9, 10 a.m. bright and early tomorrow morning. See you then.